Sharon and Dror. She was the founder of the Jewish Deaf Community Center. She was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. And this video will explain how she established the Jewish Deaf Community Center. She regularly attended the Beth Solomon of the Deaf, and she felt as though they were more of a social club. So she traveled to New York and attended the Brooklyn Hebrew Society of the Deaf. And she thoroughly enjoyed this experience because it was more of a religious and spiritual experience on level with a Rabbi, Fred Freeman, who first hosted in 1985 with Ellen Katz, who was a loyal and legendary member of the Brooklyn Hebrew Society. She hosted in her home, in her basement, Jewish community events for the high holidays. And Sharon also attended the Beth Torah of the Deaf with Melva Malka. Every 2 years, they hosted a Saturday night event where they had special speakers and rabbis and food and several people from the deaf community. Sharon compared both of those organizations, and she felt that they were more spiritual and religious, whereas the other events that she would go to were more social in nature. And that is where she got her vision. When she was married to her first husband, they had planned, when they had children in the future, they would raise them in a Jewish home, Jewish community, and they would go to a Jewish school. Shortly thereafter, they did have 3 deaf children. She wanted to pass down her Jewish traditions to her children, and that is where she came up with the Jewish Deaf Community Center. And they would have Jewish high holiday events, and several of the Jewish deaf community members would host Passover and Seders, and several people would come every year. But the numbers dwindled because they didn't have enough volunteers. They also had Hanukkah and other high holiday events. The Jewish Deaf Community Center was by far the best event in the nation, and they've been going for 28 years and counting. They also have a national and international newsletter that used to be sent out as a hard copy, but now is found on their website. It is published every month, and it is free. They currently offer Jewish education for the deaf community, and they are looking for funding for their new project, which is to create a video of an authentic Jewish deaf person signing the Jewish blessings so that they can share the Jewish blessings with the world.